In the last video, we did an introduction to WordPress. We went through how to log into WordPress, an overview of the dashboard, taking a look at the difference between pages and posts, and actually editing a page, as well as inserting an image. So what I want to do in this video is actually jump right over into adding new pages. WordPress makes it very easy to add new pages to your site, and when you add that new page, it actually updates all of the different menus and different locations where that page should be. So what I want to do first is I want to actually do a quick little techie piece. Kind of ignore this if this feels over your head, but it's important to understand how WordPress functions. So WordPress looks, because all the content in WordPress is held into a database, meaning it's not what we call a static HTML document. It's not a physical document. All of the content is actually held in a database. We just kind of point to it and reference, I want page ID 3. Okay? So in this instance, the About Us page is page ID 3. Well, this is not search friendly at all. It's not good for bookmarking or anything. So there's a feature in WordPress that allows you to switch this to a better URL. And this is called permalinks. So we're going to dive right down into settings. And again, I'll explain settings for our clients in a future video. But we're going to go down to permalinks. And what we see here is we see default. So this is the standard way of housing it. You also have the way to do it with a date. Now, this is kind of remnant from when WordPress was primarily a blog as its primary function. And so you see that you can either have it the record ID, which is horrible, by date, which doesn't really apply for pages, or numeric, etc. What I recommend doing is creating a custom structure. So you type in slash, and then it's the percent sign category, and then in that, and then post name. So if you type this exactly like this, this is the optimal setting for WordPress. Now, what's interesting, we'll get in a later video, I've actually created a plugin called WP Guru, which will do all of this for you. So this is kind of just a gee whiz, understand how it works, but for our clients, it's already done, and I'm going to provide a plugin that you can install into WordPress. We'll get into that. We'll do all these settings for you in an automated fashion. So although this is interesting to know and good to understand, there really is no action item when you utilize the plugin or are a client of ours. But with this, I am going to switch this over. So I'm going to change that. I'm going to hit save. And what we'll notice now is that page ID 3, when we refresh, becomes the page. So now it's About Us. Much more search friendly because it has possibly a keyword in it. And much more easy for bookmarks or just telling a friend, hey, go to my website /about. Example. So that's that. Let's jump back to kind of more of an introductory level now and show us how to create new pages. So the first thing we're going to do when we want to create new pages is we are going to go to the administrative control panel. So again, that is down here if it's a brand new WordPress install. If it's already been installed, then it's just WP-admin, and we can put that into there. So that takes us back to the dashboard. Now, from here, again, we have pages and posts. To add a page in WordPress, it's just at the top, click here, Add New. Very straightforward. It also appears in the primary navigation on the left. So we can click Add New. It then gives us the name of the page we want. So for this instance, let's just say it's consulting. Okay, so this is an example of a page that I want to create. Over here, I put in 3. Okay, and I can put some. I provide WordPress consulting. Okay, and we'll then go ahead and click Publish. So we've entered in the page name, we've entered in some content, and we've also entered in the order that the page should arrive. At this point, we can then preview the page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at this. Now, about consulting, I provide WordPress consulting. From here, we can go back, and as an example, we see this is page order number 3. If I wanted to put this for whatever reason before About Us, I could simply change this to 2, come back into Pages, and go into About Us and change this to 3. Okay? So at this point, if we refresh, now consulting appears before About Us. Now, what's interesting again is that we're going to get into some plugins, and a plugin that we utilize is called Extended Admin. or admin extended, and what that'll do is actually put some extra fields in there that makes it very, very easy to update the order just right here on the right hand side. So check back for the plugin video and kind of put that in your hat that there'll actually be an easier way to even update the pages later. But I'm doing this initially without any extra plugins. So from this now, let's say that we wanted to, under consulting, maybe there's different types of consulting that I'm going to provide, right? So what if I wanted to put a page, when I highlight over consulting, that there's a drop-down? Well, the beauty of WordPress is that, and this 2010 theme, is that it makes it very easy to create sub-pages. So here, let's go ahead and click Add New under Pages. And the first one we're going to type in is WordPress Development, as an example. We can then type in here, I provide WP programming services. Okay, and now we'll make this the first order. And under Parent, notice over here, we're going to say I want to put this underneath Consulting. Okay, and we'll go ahead and click Publish. Now, it's been created. When we refresh this website now, we'll see that under Consulting, when we highlight over Consulting, a drop-down menu appears. So just like that, it makes it very easy to add additional pages in the drop-down. I can click on that page now, and it shows me the link here. So very, very simple. If we wanted to add another one underneath that, I click another one here. We can click Create New Page, and as an example here, we can say WordPress theming, as an example. Another service. Here, let's go ahead and put this as the second page. And again, under the parent, we're going to put this as consulting. Up Publish, View Page, or we'll switch the side over here. And when we refresh, we'll notice now that there's now two drop-down items in here. So we can navigate through that using this upper level page. Well, what if from our upper level page, or the parent page, consulting, we want to provide links from this page down into the sub pages? Well, to do that, it's really quite simple. What we're going to do is we're going to go edit the page. We're going to say WP, we're going to say just say programming, okay, and provide and theming. I can't spell. Alright, so then at this stage, what we can do then is, I'm going to go ahead and make these using the paragraph. I'm going to make this 2 headings. Okay. So now for this one here, click here for details. So what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this entire area, click here for details, and I want to link. I'm going to go ahead and show you this first. So when we view the page, we've added some extra text. Now what I want to do is I have it where we link this, and we link this to the page WordPress development. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this entire URL. Now what a URL is, again, it's the Uniform Resource Locator. So it's the address, so to speak, of that page. Okay. So I'm going to copy this. You can do that by right-clicking, copy. And then I'm going to go back to the consulting page, and I'm going to click Edit. Now, where it has programming, I'm going to highlight this because this is what I want people to click on. Okay, and what I want to do is I'm going to click on this link here, Insert, Edit Link, and I want to send this to the page Consulting WordPress Development. Insert. Now you'll see that that's now a hyperlink. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and update this. And when we go to view the page, we'll notice there's now a link here, and when we click on it, it takes us over to the subpage WordPress Development. So it's really that easy in WordPress to link. I can do the same thing here. I provide theming. I can link this, click on Insert Edit, and again we would want to come out and find what that path is. Now the nice thing is, I'm going to copy that, I'm going to paste this in here. The nice thing is that there's actually a plugin, it's called Link to Post, that I'll show you in a later video on installing plugins, that actually simplifies that process even. But it's just nice to understand the theory behind it. In this example here, under, let's say we wanted to put a link here off of the website, I could click Edit, And I could say, as an example, visit my personal site to see more. And if I wanted to link this now to a different website, not even inside of the current site we're in now, what I could do in this case is just type in that address. So rob.bertholf.com as an example. If I'm going to be linking off-site, meaning that I'm going to be not linking within my website but taking somewhere else, I'm going to go ahead and change the target so that it opens up in a new window, because I don't want people leaving this website just to go to see my other one. Let's go ahead and insert there. And we'll click Update. At this point, we can now preview this. So now there's as an example, there's a link on here to programming, and now I'm linking here off-site. So really, that's kind of the core of adding pages and linking between pages.